Tonight, we'll look at some Halloween festivities.
And if you're a student who likes technology, Troy's IT group is asking for your help. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for October 30th, 2013. I'm Courtney Addison.
And I'm Judson Garner. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Tomorrow night, we may see ghosts and ghouls hitting the streets of Troy looking to score a little candy, but there will also be Trojans and Warhawks looking to score some points on the gridiron. Danielle Percival gives us a look at how Troy Athletics is merging tomorrow's two major events.
Thursday is Halloween, but Thursday is also game day for the Trojan football team. In a move to try and eliminate any divided loyalties between fans' beloved Trojans and the fun of trick-or-treating, Troy University has decided to give folks both as part of the game day festivities.
We want, from a crowd standpoint, again with a Thursday night and certainly the opportunity to be on national TV and it's Halloween night is big, but we also recognize that, from a community standpoint, Halloween is a big deal too, especially for those folks who have small kids. So we wanted to make it very much a family atmosphere.
So to give fans with small children a chance to see the Trojans play without missing Halloween, Troy is encouraging children to dress up and do some trick-or-treating with Trojan athletes. And kids in costume will get an extra special treat to go with their candy.
From 4:30 to 6 on Tailgate Terrace, each one of our sports, with the exception of football, who will obviously be getting ready for the game, we'll have a tent out there, student athletes dressing up, handing out candy to all the kids. Kids 12 and under who are in costume get in free of charge, so a lot of activities for the kids.
And the treats aren't just for the kiddies. Some of the grown-ups will have a chance to get some of their own.
We've got faculty and staff promotion. They can come by or call our ticket office, get 4 tickets for a total of $16, so $4 a piece for tickets. We've got military appreciation night as well. Got specials for military personnel, both active duty, retired and reserve folks. So a lot of promotional items, and certainly we're excited about the game to come.
And in the spirit of Halloween, the Trojan football team will be dressing up in something special as well. Although not necessarily costumes, Hartwell says it will be something fans will want to see.
Without going into too much detail, from head to toe, you will see something very special for the Trojans this week.
Hartwell gave the Trojan faithful a little preview via his Twitter account Wednesday morning, and it looks like fans will see something on the field that will have the Trojans looking like they're back in, well, let's just say time for now. Danielle Percival, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And according to Hartwell, Trojan fans should be able to get a sneak peek at what the Trojans will be wearing for Halloween during Trojan Walk at 4:15. Danielle will have more on the game itself later on in sports.
Well, as you could probably imagine, electronics play a big part in the modern college experience, and Troy's Information Technology Group is trying to put together a group of its own to focus on how the university can not only improve but keep up to date with students' needs dealing with technology. Tuesday night, Student Government Association meeting, a representative from Troy University's Information Technology Group spoke to senators about a new research group.
It's mainly for the students' benefit.
Troy's Information Technology Group is comprised of professionals who are looking to move forward. Their goal is to keep the university and students up to date with technology, and one way they can do so is to work with students on potential future programs or updates to see if they work efficiently.
IT people, are not on campus because they don't know what we want. And we're the ones that know what we want, so we have to have our voices heard. So it's an opportunity for the students to tell us what they would like to see and what features they would like to have.
And improving the Troy University app is one goal, but what exactly students are going to be working with as far as beta testing is concerned, that is yet to be determined. Clark says students will likely influence the IT group's immediate direction.
I'm not sure what we're going to beta test yet, because we kind of need the students' input to tell us what they would like to beta test. But I know we're going to try to beta test maybe some new features of Blackboard.
Clark says when the focus group is formed, they will only meet once a week and test products for a semester. So if you'd like to volunteer for the IT focus group, you can call Brittany Clark. Her number is 334-333-9448. Well, Courtney, as you probably know, Sorority Hill is a place where many students can just hang out and relax most of the time.
You know, Judson, and that's exactly right. And usually Sorority Hill, we really find a lot of field games and whatnot, but last night, Sorority Hill was the home of a different kind of competition.
Tuesday night, Chi Omega held its annual karaoke craze to raise money for their philanthropy. But this wasn't your typical karaoke scene.
Different organizations pay to have groups entered in, and we also sell tickets into the event just to raise more money. Usually you think of karaoke, they're just standing in front of a screen and ad-libbing the words, and they really put a lot of time and effort into it.
FIMU sorority took first place in the female division, and Alpha Tau Omega won the male division. Sorority Hill was full of people who came out to hear their favorite group perform, and to the Sisters of Chi Omega, that means the world.
Well, I think it's just really cool to see everybody out here, seeing everybody support us. You know, being a Chi, it's obviously dear to my heart, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I just think it's really awesome to just see Greeks and non-Greeks get together to support such an awesome organization.
Chi Omega also had a special guest speaker at Tuesday night's event. Social media sensation Son of a Fratter co-hosted Karaoke Craze. Door prizes were also given away, but giving back to the Make-A-Wish Foundation seemed to be everyone's top priority.
This is one of my favorite foundations just because I see it on ESPN and Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it just, every time I see it, it gets my heart. And that's one reason why I wanted to be here.
I've just kind of always liked dancing, and I think this is a great opportunity to just bring the whole Greek community together and support a great cause.
And while Karaoke Craze is a time for dancing and laughter, it also raises money for a great cause that'll stay right here in Alabama.
The money that we raise throughout this week is going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Alabama. They actually have a state chapter. The foundation grants wishes to kids, but they get a time to go out with their families, and they get a time away from those treatments in the hospitals. So it really gives them a time to relax and have time with their family, because some of these vacations may be the last that these kids have with their families.
And Chi Omega will be having a mud run this Saturday at 8 a.m. and the event will begin on Sorority Hill, and registration will be available the day of the event.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Birmingham, the state of Alabama has agreed to settle the remaining challenges over its toughest in the nation crackdown against illegal immigration. The state and the American Civil Liberties Union filed a proposed settlement yesterday that would end a federal lawsuit over the law. It has been mostly gutted by court rulings so far.
And in Huntsville, officials are trying to solve a tree cutting mystery. Someone has cut down more than 30 large trees near Monte Sano State Park. The park is on a heavily wooded ridge that overlooks downtown Huntsville.
In Dothan, a judge is considering whether city officials acted appropriately in upholding disciplinary action against a police officer for Facebook posts she made. The judge heard arguments yesterday in the case of a Dothan police captain, Romanica Carney. Now Danielle Percival joins us for a look at Trojan sports. And Danielle, we have a lot of sports going on this week. Last night we had men's basketball, and tomorrow, a bit out of the ordinary, we have football. So it's kind of a lot.
Well, it is, and it is a unique schedule. As you mentioned, football tomorrow night, basketball on a Tuesday. You don't see that very often for Trojan sports either. So we'll get into everything to come right here in sports.
Okay.
Well, the women's basketball team was in action Monday night and put up 110 points. The men hit the court on Tuesday looking to break the century mark as well in their exhibition game.
The Trojan men's basketball team came out in dominating fashion in head coach Phil Cunningham's first game as a Trojan, earning a victory over Victory University in the exhibition game 105-68.
It was good because we finally got to play against somebody else. It's been a long preseason. If you think about it, the NCAA changed these rules, and we started practice on, I think, what was it, guys, September 27th? We started, and normally you start on October 12th, so we've been practicing for at least 5 weeks.
Like Coach said, I was just happy to play against some guys that didn't have a Troy uniform on. It's a grind out there.
Some of the biggest contributions in the game came from Hunter Williams, who finished with 23 points, and Tevin Calhoun, who had a double-double with 16 points and 11 rebounds. And it came as no surprise to Cunningham that those were the two players at the top.
They're both so consistent. Every day they're the guys that work hard. They never take a drill off. They never take a day off. They're in the gym extra. They go all out at all the time, and their play is an example of when you work hard like that, you know, good things are going to happen. And these guys have been doing it.
Each player who hit the court in the exhibition game was able to contribute and put points on the scoreboard. And while many people might think that means the team has a deep bench, Coach Cunningham doesn't quite agree.
I don't know if I'd call it a deep bench, because the problem is we dressed 12 guys tonight, and we've got an injury with Jethro, who played last year, and then we've got a couple of guys sitting out. Obviously, they have to sit out all year.
The Trojans are one of only a few teams in the Sun Belt Conference with an exhibition game this early in the schedule, but Cunningham believes that could be beneficial.
It was good that we've got the exhibition out of the way early, and now it gives us a good little a good space in between this exhibition and our opener with Ole Miss. We want to set it early to give us time to prepare for Ole Miss and be as prepared as possible as we can going into that game.
And earlier this morning, the Sun Belt Conference office announced the preseason conference selections, and Hunter Williams was named to the preseason All-Sun Belt third team. Well, it may only be Wednesday, but for the Trojan football team, it's Friday and time to get into game mode. The Trojans will be in action tomorrow night at home in their only home midweek matchup this season. Last year, the Trojans faced Western Kentucky at home on national TV on a Thursday night, but it was the Hilltoppers who got the best of the matchup. This season, the Trojans are 0-1 in midweek games, losing the conference opener against Arkansas State. Though there are downfalls to midweek games, quarterback Corey Robinson says it's not all that bad.
I enjoy it. I enjoy playing during the week. You get to miss a day of class. You know, you get to sleep in and all that kind of good stuff. No, I'm just playing. But, no, I do enjoy playing during the week. I think all the guys do, and especially on ESPN. You get to show the nation and everybody's watching on the weekdays, all your family and everybody that's back home that's ever doubted you, you know, that you're doing what you said you were going to do and what you set out to do, which is play college football and do it on a big stage, and that's what it is when you play on ESPN.
For fans who are coming to the game tomorrow night, Trojan Walk will be at 4:15, and as you heard earlier in the show, there will be a sneak preview of what to be seen from the head-to-toe special uniform. But more important than the uniforms is the team that's on the other sideline. Let's take a little closer look at the Warhawks in our opponent update. ULM is currently 4-4 overall and 2-1 in the Sun Belt, but the biggest key for the Warhawks is the man taking the snaps. Quarterback Colton Browning missed 2 games earlier this season and was thought to be out for the year after an injury, but he did return last Saturday in ULM's victory over Georgia State. Browning was 21 of 30 in the game for 224 yards and 4 touchdowns in the 38-10 victory. Now, he did cough up the ball once, and it was returned 87 yards to the house for Georgia State's only touchdown of the game. The Trojans and the Warhawks will meet on the field tomorrow night with kickoff at 6:30. So Judson, Courtney, it's a very action-packed week of Trojan sports with basketball the past 2 nights, football coming up tomorrow, pep rally coming up tonight for Trojan fans and students on campus to get geared up for the game, and of course all the action tomorrow afternoon. Trojan Walk, it's a big day tomorrow. Hopefully lots of Trojan fans will be out there in attendance.
Yeah, Danielle, that's going to keep you and Mitchell pretty busy.
Absolutely,
yeah.
It's definitely a busy week in Trojan sports.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot. And